everybody, welcome to Painting Happy Little Minis. I'm Gretchen, and today we have a special guest, Jeff Hall.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here again.
Hello to everyone in the chat. Hey, JT. Hey, Josh, Timothy, Kat. And today we are going to paint some frameworks. So, which minis do you have?
The Orc Barbarian.
He looks very impressive.
Two-handed weapon and some really cool antlers. He's like jazz hands antlers on my head.
He's ready. Well, you know, if the weapon doesn't work, he can always just like
run at you.
Yeah. And I have Leona set this up specifically for you guys on the chat. We have some dual wielding going on here. Dual wielding and beautiful flowing hair. He looks like an elf. What is he, Leona? You know?
He
has just pointed ears.
Yeah, I think he's... I think he is elf fighter. Actually, let me check.
I don't have boxes.
Oh yeah, he's an elf ranger.
Woohoo!
This is what you're painting.
Oh, that's fun. So he has a whole bunch of things. All right.
Yeah, these guys have a lot of great options. Like, you can really customize a character for your campaign.
God, yeah, he has hair down, hair in a hood, hair flowing, which is what we have. Always for the drama. I like his pose, though. It's a very, like, come at me, bro. He might be the elf ranger, but he's giving some strong, like, barbarian energy there. He's been hanging out too much.
With his orc buddy.
Yeah, so if people aren't familiar, Wizkids is coming out with a series called Frameworks, where you can build your own mini. The minis come on sprues. I forget what kind of plastic that is.
So it's standard, like, high impact, you know, sprued plastic, like you would expect from like a GW model or something like that. So they work great with plastic cement and clean up really nicely. And they have some really, really great options. In addition to characters, they're doing monsters too. They have a Baylor and a Beholder and a Mind Flayer and all kinds of really cool monsters in multi-part coming as well. And they're supposed to come out sometime early next year, like January-ish.
Also soon.
Well, soon in the world that doesn't have to deal with shipping problems.
Yeah.
So they say it could come out in January, but that could be February, March, whenever, you know, a cargo ship off the port of California gets unloaded.
That's fair. Jason asks, how do the frameworks pricing compare to the blister packs?
So they are much more expensive in the grand scheme of things. A frameworks character is around $15, I think, versus the $5.99, you know, or $4 or $5.99, you know, Nulzer's unpainted pack. But you will be able to build tons of different options with it.
I'm going to say that, I mean, in the scheme of things, having all of those options for something, if you're getting this kind of mini, you're getting it with the intent to have that option to character build. Exactly.
And they give you so many cool pieces. And with the monsters and things, they're doing more of the translucence, the spell effects like they do with the Nulzers, so you have lots of cool bits and bobs there. You know, big flames around the demons and spell effects from the Beholder eyes and all that stuff as well.
So you can really think cater it to your game.
Absolutely.
I think they give you around 3 options for almost every aspect of it, like a different head. I think the Barbarian only has 2.
Yeah, the Orc had 2 heads, I believe, and
the Druid had 2. The Ranger has
3.
3.
Yeah, because it's hair down, hair flowing in the breeze, and hair in a hood. Well, you know, he's an elf ranger. He has to fashion, and you don't know what environment he's going to be in. It's a ranger.
It's true.
He's in the wilderness.
Josh Potter says, well, 2 heads are better than 1. Very true. Also, hello, Kat. Thanks for joining.
Leon, I feel like you really need a rim shot sound effects board for some of the
Wouldn't that
chat
be
comments.
great? We've discussed that before.
We have.
Leo's laughing. It'd be too much power.
Yeah.
Be like the time I almost had a spinny chair.
Yeah, I agree. We could do a sound effects board. Or I could be my own sound effects board. Also, hello, Ashlyn. Thanks for joining.
I decided I was going contrast on these guys just to see how fast and what kind of cool results we could get.
Okay, cool. Josh Potter says it would be firing off way too often with our peanut gallery of rogues. It's true. Very true. So why isn't Dave checking in? It's about 8 a.m. He should be up and visiting with us all.
Well, Dave is flying home tomorrow, so he is probably already on his way to the Sydney airport to come home.
Yeah, so that's exactly right. Dave told me that he was busy today with prepping for his flight. So, and I think at some point during the flight, some point during the show, he actually will be flying, I think.
Yeah, I think he said his flight left around 11 Sydney time, which would be about now-ish,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
So he's probably on a plane. Dave's on a plane.
And through the magic of time zones, he gets home at 7 o'clock Baltimore time tomorrow night, which is kind of crazy.
I think he's getting eaten by a big white bird. Just this one time. Yes, thank you, Kat. It's acceptable excuse. But yes, Dave is doing well and finishing his time in Australia. So he will be back home for the holidays, which will be nice.
Does anyone in the chat have interesting holiday plans?
This holiday, I've been baking a lot and creating like candy. So that's been
fun.
something fun that I've been doing.
I have not really baked anything yet. I feel like most of my holiday time has been spent with bringing all of the pets to the vet.
Oh, Timothy has a good question. Is it better to paint those minis? Is it better to paint those minis with the accessories on or off?
So I would say it kind of goes with how many accessories. Like I made a pack for this guy with like some extra weapons and things that he came with, and I just kept it off and primed it separately and promptly left it at home on my table. But yeah, I think that kind of stuff, like their backpacks and things, you want to maybe keep separate. But some of it you can't, like the cloaks and things kind of have to go on to complete the model. So there's not a lot of ways to do that separate.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Some of the accessories you need to attach like right away. And I also know that sometimes Dave always says with the priming, like it's better to attach everything because of the glue.
Right. There's very few times I mean, if it's really easily assembled afterward, you can, but I'm a big fan of build everything as you go and just prime the whole model at once. Everything down to the base. Like, you see, I based mine and put the sand on because, that priming helps keep all that in place as well.
Because we're not painting this many, but the druid has, I think, 3 or 4, maybe 5 different packs that you can put on her. And I was trying to figure out how to attach everything. It's a little difficult, so...
I do have my mini holder right here that I should probably be using. Yes, Kat.
Oh, gosh. Yes, I actually found all of our mini holders, so now everyone can use one. Jeff has one that's a different brand.
No, this is the new Games Workshop one.
Oh, it's new.
This is the new and improved.
Oh.
I always never get. It's the new revised model. You can see
cool.
there's the Citadel logo. It's a skinnier, kind of fits the hand a little better.
Okay.
So they phased
That's
out the
neat.
old style ones to this new one.
We need to upgrade. It's time to upgrade.
Let's see. What is everyone doing for the holidays? We have nothing interesting. Just 2 weeks off starting tomorrow. That's nice that you get 2 weeks off.
I
though.
know.
That's relaxing.
I'm,
I don't
like,
get 2
loving
weeks
that.
off. I get like today and tomorrow off because I got my booster vaccine, but that's it. Ashlyn says, sitting at home alone with my cat watching old anime and building and painting. That's cool.
That actually sounds wonderful.
That sounds relaxing. Which anime? I want to...
I'm going to Florida, so I'm braving the real world for the first time in many, many years.
Oh, Timothy says tons of board games with close friends. Yeah, I haven't been out in the real world for a bit.
I mean, I guess I'm there every day at the shop, but like it's different to get on a plane and do all that stuff. So we'll see how that all goes.
Bubblegum Crisis and Macross. I've heard of Bubblegum Crisis, but I've never watched it. I've not heard of Macross.
Macross is basically Robotech.
Yeah, I was going to
okay.
say it's Robo Time.
The original version before they Americanized and did all that.
Pangea Panic says, I'm off work to recover from back surgery until mid-January. I get a long holiday. Well,
recovering
hopefully you
isn't
feel
fun,
better.
but I hope it's relaxing.
yeah. Paint
a-
lots of minis, I guess.
Better quality of life in the long run if you've had your surgery.
Yeah, very
True.
I hope it's healing. Lots of time to paint minis.
Here.
So, Jeff, are you going to be bringing a mobile painting station for your travels?
No, I'll be writing the book Dave and I are doing.
Oh, yeah.
So I plan on sitting on a beach at times and working away at my laptop.
Did you want to tell us a little bit more
Yeah,
about
good
that?
segue.
Or?
Yes.
Keep going.
So Dave and I will be releasing a book next year, coming to Kickstarter, about building 3D dungeons for RPGs. And we'll be showcasing lots of cool layouts and how to take, different materials, everything from pre-painted and existing models to, building your own, and how to build dungeons to really make your fantasy role-playing games really shine on the tabletop.
I still want to go to the dollar store and get a bunch of Christmas holiday people and try to repaint them. See if I can salvage them. I feel like that would be a fun way to get some interesting NPCs.
Could run a little assault on Santa's village or something.
That would be really funny.
Happy holidays!
We're
My
taking the
marauding
toys.
party. Your party just goes through havoc.
Or maybe if you want to be the good guys, you could save Santa from like Krampus or something.
There you go.
Oh, that would be fun. Lots of mini painting going on. I feel like I mostly have just like a lot of baking to do. Not caught up yet.
What's your favorite holiday treat? Like, what's your favorite thing to make?
Favorite thing to make? I have made cinnamon rolls for Christmas morning a few years. And that's always really fun. I feel like it's just like added extra specialness. I also
And like
made...
real cinnamon rolls, we're not talking popping the can.
No.
the
Like
Pillsbury
real ones, like
can.
I prepare them the night before and the
Right.
dough sits and I do like the whole shebang. And then I usually make at least one batch of gingerbread men. Last year I tried to make a gingerbread men dungeon and
Oh, that'd be cool.
That did not go brilliantly. It went okay. I had something to show for it. I was able to take like a little picture and I was like, all right, this isn't as bad as it could have been. But it definitely needed, I needed an engineer for my creative vision. Because there were certain things that definitely worked and there were other things where I was like, wow, that's aggressively not working. I felt like I was on Bake Off. I felt like I was like, yes, my gingerbread is excellent, but I was, thwarted by my sugar cookie. Because my sugar cookie ended up too soft to be able to hold up the structures. So everything made out of gingerbread looked great. Everything made out of sugar cookie just wasn't cutting it. But my sugar cookie dragon ended up okay. So that was interesting.
I just recently saw the person try to make sugar cookie of what was a rocking horse on the British Bake Off that didn't work out of sugar cookie because she didn't use gingerbread.
Sugar cookie's just not strong enough. You gotta go with something sturdy like a true shortbread or a gingerbread. I learned my lesson. I have hubris now.
It's funny how addicting baking shows are. Like, especially like all the holiday wars and all the goofy things when they make these giant
so
elaborate
much.
things.
I know.
I love it, and I think part of it is like I'm good enough at baking to be able to figure out some things, but I'm not a professional by any means. So sometimes I'm watching and I'm just like amazed. And some things I don't think will work at all will end up working, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta try it. And my husband's like, duh, we don't have a large kitchen.
You don't have 50 pounds of Rice Krispie treats to build a body for that guy. What are you thinking?
I'm like, we can do it. We can buy it. He doesn't eat sweets either, so it's anything I make is just gonna be there forever.
Kat says we make zombie gingerbread
Ooh,
men.
that's fun. I make dinosaur ones.
Broken off
occasionally.
limbs, lots of blood icing.
That's really fun. Josh Potter says, touching on a good point, Christmas village bits are great for sourcing terrain things from. Most of my conifers are Christmas village trees, brick and cobblestone sheets for roads and building details.
Well, that's a good point.
And they'll all go like 40 to 60% off once Christmas is over at Michael's. Just go like get all the super cheap stuff. Start sticking it on things for that you want to like destroy with monsters that you don't want to waste the good stuff on.
Kat says, this year we are adding killer snowman cookies. Evil
Ooh.
faces carrying bloody axes. Wow. I think I need to step up my cookie game.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do this year. I think we're going to end up making cookies with my niece because we're invited to my sister's house for Christmas Eve. And we're going to, Santa is going to come to the house for the first time in a long while. Because we don't have any kids for Santa to come bring presents to at my house. So we're going to go to my sister's house, and Santa still goes there. So
Well, that's nice.
we will get to experience Santa for the first time in a while. Get woken up at 5 a.m. sharp.
Yeah. My children are now too old to also for Santa to stop by. They're getting things like laptops and, things they've already picked out for Christmas.
Yeah, my niece, I asked her what she wanted for Christmas, and she responded, a bunny rabbit. To which I said, something that your parents would not murder me for getting you. So she said, okay, fine, Legos.
Find her a Lego bunny. Build this.
Bunny, yeah.
We actually, we got her the Razor Crest.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, she likes The Mandalorian. She likes Star Wars. So went out and about and got her the Razor Crest, and it comes with Mando and Grogu and I think like 2 other little Lego people for them to fight.
I'm sporting my Boba Fett today because I'm very excited about the new Boba Fett show coming after Christmas.
Oh, so many things are coming up. You got the Boba Fett show coming up. You got season 2 of Witcher.
That's tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very exciting. New season of The Expanse just started on Amazon.
Oh, yeah. My husband loves The Expanse.
We've been watching The Wheel of Time,
That as well.
Hawkeye.
Haven't started Hawkeye yet. New season of the Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous started up, and I wanna watch some of that. That's my show that I've been tracking because they're considering it canon for the Jurassic World movies.
I don't know that show. What's that on?
So on Netflix, they have a show called Camp Cretaceous, and it's a kids show based on Jurassic World and
Okay.
Jurassic Park, and it's very pretty well done for what I was expecting. If I was a younger kid, I would have been all about this. I was so upset when I watched it the first time because I was like, I missed out. They make this now. But I watched it a bit, and I had my niece watch it, and it's very well done for the age group that it's targeting, and very, very well animated. And it's apparently going to be canon to the Jurassic World movies, so that's interesting. So I'm excited. I love Jurassic Park a lot, and I want to see what they might be sneaking into those new movies coming out. Well, the last movie.
I'll never forget seeing the first Jurassic Park back in '93 or so, and just how blown away those dinosaurs were so amazing at the time.
They're still amazing.
Yeah.
The animatronics set the bar. Those animatronics still hold up even today. And I was so excited when all of the new movies came out. I don't think they're as good as the old movies. I still prefer a lot of the older Jurassic Park films rather than Jurassic World. But I think they're really fun. The Jurassic World ones are still really fun. And I was so excited because that is my fandom, my favorite thing. And for the first time in forever, there was merch. It was amazing. I went to a convention, and the entire artist alley was filled with dinosaurs. I was like, yes, my time has come.
You're like, now I know what it felt like for all those Star Wars kids who got everything.
Oh my gosh. But really, though. And then Star Wars had its new thing, and, you know, it was all Kylo Ren. And I was like, he took my dinosaurs. Thanks, Kylo Ren. Oh, Cat Swift says, my family's demented. We also replaced the wise men with 3 tiny statues of Freddy, Jason, and Michael in Santa hats. That's really funny.
I remember getting yelled at in high school for putting a 40K Terminator honor guard around my mother's nativity scene. She's like, baby Jesus does not need Space Marines. Like,
Are you sure?
like, I don't know. Maybe he does.
That's so funny.
Also, hello, James. Thanks for joining. And Jeff, are you planning on doing like a classic? I see you're doing like green skin.
Yeah,
orc.
I decided I was going to go very classic orc for speed. Green orc flesh and all.
That makes sense. When you use contrast, do you usually highlight up afterwards?
If there's time, I would definitely try to, go back over certain parts of it.
And we challenge everyone on this show. 2 hours, go.
Contrast is definitely nice, though, for something quick and easy and getting some nice results. Always backwards when it comes to this camera.
Alright, now to see what colors to make the rest of them. A lighter green for his tunic. I'm going to do more of a brass kind of look for his armor. I think the green will go well with that. Oh, James, using the laptop, computer died.
Hey, I mean, the Emperor, sure, who knows?
So many little belts. There's so many details on these minis.
Yeah, I think they were able to get some nice textures on them.
Oh yeah, as I'm going through.
They have great definition on the muscles and, the cloth and things for sure.
As I'm going through painting up his clothes, I can start seeing little seams and pockets and.
It's interesting, you both are going green. Green and brown.
Green's the theme. I mean, I could add some red in there. I could Christmas it up.
I was thinking that earlier, like today. I was like, what if we challenged ourselves to do like Christmas Village?
I could do that.
Heroes.
I mean, my guy has antlers, so he's kind of...
It's true.
He could be like
And
Rudolph.
I mean, I could take this this green on his cloak, I could do a red on the trim or get a white on the trim there.
There you go. You could do that like classic orc to the pink tip. I know one of the miniature painters always did that. Kat has a question. Gretchen,
Ooh.
that seems like a pretty large brush for all the tiny details.
This brush has a really good pointed tip. So even though the brush is big, the point on it is very nice. Whereas if I hold up this smaller brush here,
yeah,
the
you can
tip
see
of
it.
it is frayed.
Yeah.
So at this moment in time, using the larger brush is actually a lot easier for those fine details. Yeah.
And as Josh said, big bellies hold more paint,
Yeah.
so then it maintains the sharp point. I know Dave kind of has a similar workflow.
Yeah. I'm putting my trust in the large paintbrush. It's gonna. The
It's
paintbrush
gonna work
is my
in your
friend.
favor.
And if you haven't tried using a larger paintbrush, I'd say go out and get one at your friendly local game store and try it.
Jeff, are you currently doing any D&D or
I
RPG?
am. We just started a new D&D campaign on this last Saturday.
Oh, nice.
And we kicked off a new campaign. It went really well, and looking forward to playing our next session. But immediately, well, holidays, and I'm busy this day. So we'll see when that actually happens.
Now, are you the DM?
I am. I'm always the DM.
Oh. Have you played in a game, or is it just that you're always the DM?
I probably haven't played in a game in 20-some years. It's always just running.
Do you usually do like a homebrew, or?
Either a homebrew, I do have a setting I've created, or I do Forgotten Realms. I do like Forgotten Realms a lot.
Nice.
So we're playing in the Forgotten Realms in the new campaign. I'm very, excited and set up a very elaborate entire setting of the town of Waterdeep, and I can send you some quick pictures, Leona, if you want to throw them in the thing later.
Oh, sure.
Because
Yeah.
we built the whole part of the town, and
Oh, like with terrain?
yeah,
Oh, sweet. Yeah, send him over.
including lots of like villagers running around, and then all the way down to some really exciting like night shots and things with LEDs and,
Ooh,
and
that's
everything.
cool.
I guess medium size is probably good. There you go, Leon. I emailed them to you. You can include them later when we look at stuff.
So how long have you been building terrain, Jeff?
Probably 25 years or so.
Oh, wow. So you know what you're talking about.
I like to think so. I like to build things that I think people could recreate if, it's not all completely scratch build. It uses a lot of, existing things like Dwarven Forge or Warlock Tiles and things that, it is accessible to folks. It's not purely like crafted from foam and, things that, because I like to be able to reuse it and repurpose it for many things and everything from D&D to other games or Warhammer or if you're going to spend money on terrain, you might as well get the most bang for your buck and be able to use it for lots of different things.
That's true.
Some white, got some red. We can Christmas him up a little bit. Maybe he is a Christmas elf. Who knows?
You kind of answered this, Jeff, but Kat was wondering, do you do more with kits, repurpose, or scratch builds?
Definitely more with kits and things. Mainly because time is limited and, I can do a lot more with a kit that I bought and repurposed and customized than I can with spending many hours just carving foam or, building something completely from scratch. And things are interesting now with 3D printing and everything else. You can do so many crazy things, buildings and dungeons and trees and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Hi, Dave. Hummel.
Hey, Dave.
Thanks for joining. Jeff, do you do a lot of 3D printing?
I guess the better answer is I buy a lot of 3D printing.
Oh, okay.
A good friend of mine has one, and he's the
Gotcha.
technical person, and I'm not very tech savvy when it comes to like the constant oh, this froze or broke and you need to solve all these problems. I would rather someone who understands what they're doing fix those issues.
Yeah.
And I just rely on him, and we split, we'll buy the files or whatever it comes out to be and make the most of it.
So, Gretchen, what colors have you chosen for your mini?
Alright, so I have a very desaturated red here, dried blood, Christmas spirit, and I am going along the edge of his kind of tunic. There we go. Because it has, in the sculpt, it has a little bit of an edge there, and I'm doing that bit, this very dark red, and I'm going to go and do a little bit of highlighting with the flat red to make it slightly brighter, but I don't want, if I'm going to be doing Christmas colors, I don't want them garish. So kind of doing some desaturated Christmas colors. And then I'm going to make the fur trim a little bit brighter on his cloak. And do that in a more kind of cream and white kind of vibe. And then Maybe I'll do some kind of like pattern or something on the inside of the cloak that says Christmas time.
Little snowflakes.
Yeah, maybe I'll... snowflakes or something.
Candy canes?
Could probably do plaid pretty easy.
Stripes?
I feel like if I did like snowflakes, I'd have to try to get that like, what is it? The Isle pattern, like that reindeer snowflake pattern. I don't feel like I'd be able to do that. Little tiny itty bitty reindeer.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like on sweaters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially not with all those like pleats in the, not pleats, but like the waves from the wind, the draping of the fabric. There we go. That's the words. I feel like that would be so difficult to do a complex pattern on. He needs to be, if he wanted reindeer patterns and snowflakes, he'd need to be standing still. Just.
I went with a very garishly bright highlight. Now I'm going to try to knock that all down with some glazing.
Yes, I was going to ask about that. What color was that?
The green?
The bright green.
The bright green
Yeah.
was scorpion green. Yes. Escorpina green from the Vallejo line.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I like how it's showing up on camera. Nice and bright. Oh, cool. Ashlyn got their prize minis the other day, which was the monsters, like the group of monsters.
Oh, yay!
Which is fun. So I'm glad they arrived. There were 2 minis from Shadow and Brimstone. No, Forbidden Fortress, sorry. It's all kind of the same, but... And then I forget the other 2. But anyway, I'm glad they got to your house. That's awesome. Also, hello, Roger Moore. Thanks for joining. We're painting up some frameworks. Oh, Josh Potter says to lean into the garish highlight. Jeff.
it works great on, camera and from a distance.
I'm thinking from camera it looks really great, but I can imagine in person it's just a little too much.
And it'll still be there to a degree. It'll just, it kind of comes back a little bit. It's not as bad then when you kind of go back over it, restore some of that definition, and it's definitely very tabletop. So from a distance, you're like, wow, look at that guy. He has lots of green muscles and.
He's strong.
Exactly. You can see.
I'm afraid.
He's very, pumped. He has all that definition.
Also, hello, Betsy. Finally able to join in line at Taco Bell
Nice.
right now.
Yes.
I would take 2 steaks off tacos if you would like to send them over.
Ask the Taco Bell people their favorite mini. You never know. One of them could be
Right.
like, That's my favorite, whenever people aren't expecting, like, a nerdy reference, and then one happens and they're just, like, in utter shock.
Years ago, when I grew up around Pittsburgh, and they used to do a Halloween at Laurel Caverns, and they actually did a Halloween for a couple years where you'd go into the caves, and you had a candle.
Oh, God.
Like, I know this is totally an early 90s thing, because in this day and age, insurance would never allow something like that to happen. But the people in the haunted house in this, like, section of actual caverns would blow out your candle. And a friend and I were in there, and, like, we had looked, and, like, there was, like, these overhangs, and I looked under one of the cavern things, and there was a person painted up in black, and they had white hair, and they looked very much like a dark elf. They looked like a drow.
Okay.
And I just made the reference to my friend. I was like, drow. And the person working there was like, Lolth is coming for you. And I was like, you got the reference. You know? So you're like, oh, crap.
Best though. Because you know they were waiting all night for someone to just understand why they chose that as their makeup.
Exactly.
That's amazing. And then they blow out your candle.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, crap.
When I used to be a teacher, I would see, like, kids doodling or something, and it would be something more nerdy that they didn't think that I would know about. And I had just, like, drop down and be like, oh yeah, really nice drawing of, whatever anime character was the popular one at the moment.
And they're like,
And they'd be like,
well,
you know about this?
You're not supposed to. You're
Like,
old. You're an
kid,
adult.
I ran anime club, okay?
Right.
I was the anime club.
I was the anime club. I think part of it too is that, like, I would be all dressed up and everything, like, super professional, and they'd see, like, the blonde hair. It was like a Legally Blonde moment where they would just be like, no, you couldn't have been you couldn't have been in the anime. You're not dressed the anime. I had that happen at work where I was dressed up, and some guy came in and he had a Naruto hoodie on, and I was like, nice Naruto hoodie. And I think he was looking past me to, like, figure out
who said that?
like, which
What?
nerd. And I was like, it's me, I'm the nerd. But it's always fun. Makes someone stay. I always try to, if I recognize what a kid's wearing or something, be like, yeah!
So do you think that this axe is stone? Because it's really chunky. It almost feels like it's a stone.
I feel
blade.
like it would be cool if it was stone.
Yeah, it just...
Is it speaking stone to you?
It is. It's like he carved it out of some rock, and almost like an arrowhead, type.
I feel like you should go with whatever it's speaking to you.
I do agree that it's a very thick axe. What kind of stone?
That's a good question. I don't know, something that wouldn't break so much, if
Not
you're smashing
sandstone.
someone. Granite?
A
Granite?
nice marble,
I was thinking marble. It's his family heirloom. Or just any gray stone. A carved clavicle. Ooh.
Oh, we could go the bone route, yes.
It's a bone. Ooh. From a beast. I guess that would kind of work because he has the antlers. You could
Like
kind
he's
of be
repurposing everything he kills into some form or another.
Yeah.
Only a little serial killer-ish. It's fine. He's very green in all aspects of his life.
Right.
He's eco-friendly.
Many people don't know that about the orcs. The green's not just for show.
It's their whole thing. You keep what you kill. Okay. Well, I don't know if it could be chert because that would break.
Yeah.
Obsidian, that could work.
Yeah, maybe throwing like a coat of black contrast over it to give it that kind of obsidian would be kind of cool.
That would be cool. Maybe a dragon's
Dragon glass, like in Game of Thrones style.
Oh yeah. I guess to the point of the bone, what is the end? Like, what is the bottom of the axe handle? Is that just...
Like down to the
Yeah.
bottom here. It looks like there's like interlocking discs, so maybe some sort of decorative.
Okay. From far away, it looks like a femur.
Sure. But yeah, the wood like half just kind of split, and there's a disc, and then there's another disc kind of attached to that. So those could be his Christmas ornaments, maybe. It's like,
That's an orc? I thought it was the Hulk. Haha, Josh. But would the Hulk have long hair? No.
You don't know what the Hulk wants. Maybe the Hulk
Bruce
has
Banner
a
wants
face.
long hair.
but that's the thing. Does he have hair, or is that just purely a top knot attached to his helm?
Oh.
It could have been someone else's hair.
Someone else's hair. Could be a
Back
bright,
to the green.
lovely blonde hair or something he's taken off of someone.
This is an interesting party member. I feel like maybe they're the villain of the story rather than a fellow
He's just
hero?
misunderstood.
Okay. Oh, apparently Future Hulk does have long hair.
Oh, Future Hulk does have long hair. I forgot about that. You just like unlocked core memories from a college class I had to take.
About Future Hulk.
Yeah, actually. We had part of our assigned reading was several different Hulk comics.
Because of the motifs?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a class about classics, I believe. Yeah, honestly, I can't remember what the class itself was on about, but the teacher, I had her for several things, and she was in love with Frankenstein. And in this particular class, she had us read Frankenstein, and she had us read several Hulk comics, and then she had us read, I don't know if she actually had us read Jekyll and Hyde, or if she like tied it in somehow. But basically, we were comparing Hulk comics to Frankenstein.
That's cool. I understand now.
Yeah, it was interesting. And then I got to include Jurassic Park in my paper, so I was very pleased.
You were like, the Hulk. A hop, skip, and a jump, Jurassic Park.
It was about getting too close to playing God.
Okay.
And what is man and what is monster?
I can appreciate. All right, would you guys like to take some time to look at some miniatures?
Always fun.
I'd love to.
Oakley dokily. So now we will look at some minis from the Painting Happy Little Minis group. It's an uber nerd. Ah, ha, ha, ha. All right, so this is Art Dominguez with a flaming skeleton from Castle Ravenloft.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought for a long time how to make a pun of like, he's flamin' or something as a comment.
I like how it doesn't even go to a pun. It's just like a fun, like...
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't even a pun. I just wanted to make a fire comment.
Right.
You could
That
have.
is a hot miniature.
Yeah.
yeah,
There we
exactly. What I really like about this miniature is that the black
Like the charred bone.
char bone, mm-hmm, with the bone sticking underneath.
Yeah.
It's deadly.
It really gives a sense of how, like, destructive the fire is. Rather than just magical fire.
No Cheeto remarks. Ha ha ha. It's true, yeah. So, when you paint that, would you paint the bottom color first? And then go over with the top? Or is that like a crackle? Could that
So
be
there's
like a
quite
crackle
different
effect?
ways to do fire. Because, I mean, you kind of build the darker or the lighter colors into the, like kind of how it kind of goes up to the red, orangish red with the yellow deep down in.
Right.
So you feel like you'd kind of do all that and then maybe just go in, because that skeleton part's going to be raised up enough that you could go and kind of pick that bone out last.
Gotcha.
Yeah, everyone's going to probably do it differently, but you know, and you have the wisps of little black on the edges, some of the fire, like, you know, kind of those tendrils of smoke and things you get when you watch a flame burn. Very cool. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it looks really great. Great job. We have Ashlyn with the only new thing I've completed in the last few weeks. No problem.
Some cool
Looks
40K terrain.
I feel
It's
like
nice. It's
Dave
clean. It's done very crisp, but the colors are really pretty.
Yeah, like the use of like the weathering, like the rain streaks and things dropping down beneath parts, and yeah, it looks very nice.
I particularly like the work on the windowsill or window frames.
Mm-hmm.
Something really nice about them.
Yeah, excellent job.
We have Ben Warwick with Christmas mouselings.
That's really cute.
Yeah, like little Santa mouse. He's like bringing cheese to everyone.
And
You
I
know,
love
I'd
that
be
this.
okay if Santa just brought me some
Exactly.
like nice
I got
cheeses.
cheese. It looks awesome.
Nice charcuterie board, like. Thanks,
That-
Santa.
That other little mouse has little glasses, and it's so very cute. But yeah, these are a great, just like clean paint job. It's nice. Looking good, Ben. Next we have Betsy with Spawn of Ungoliant from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
that is definitely delightfully creepy.
Nice nightmare fuel there. Thanks.
Yeah, my cat brought me a dead spider today, and that's what that makes me think of. The spider did not look like that, or else I wouldn't be here because I'd be burning my house down. But, you know. I had enough of a heart attack with a dead spider.
Yeah, I'm really appreciating the gradation from the darker green on the pincers, I guess? Or
Yeah,
legs,
definitely.
to the sort of lime green on the bulging.
Like it's
Body.
pulsing to like unleash
Yeah.
some sort of web and trap more people.
Correct. I really like it. It's looking really good. And that nice edge highlighting, right? With the gray.
And the horrific like sacks on the ground, like waiting to spawn more
I know.
creatures.
Help. Yeah, no, it's looking really good. Do you happen to know what board game that's from?
I'm pretty sure it's Journeys to Middle Earth.
Okay.
Or Journeys in Middle Earth board game
Yeah.
from Asmodee. Fantasy
Cool.
Flight.
I know there's just some multiples of them, so looking good. We have Carl with no minis, only models.
Oh, a nice big Klingon bird of prey from like old school Star Trek. Very cool.
Yeah, looking nice. I'm enjoying it. The lighter green panels.
Yeah, gradients.
Nice big Klingon Empire symbol painted on the hull
Yeah.
too. Very cool.
Looking good, Carl. Thanks for sharing. We have Chris Gorka with the Castellian Crow.
Very nice.
Love that highlight on that cloak. That little fold
it
right
looks
there.
really good, and the energy of his power sword, his force sword, is really cool.
Yeah, so it's interesting because there's a lot of colors going on this. But it works very well. And I really do like the power sword.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It's just
Like the
super
glowing
cool.
runes and like fading into the blade, and just really cool.
It's looking really good. Those models have so many details on them.
Yeah, there gets to be a point sometimes, especially a lot of the newer Warhammer models, that you're just like, come on, guys, there's too many things to paint. Like, I want to get this thing done at some point.
Yeah, but then you see it done and you're like, wow.
It is impressive.
Sure.
Do you know if Jeff, the lettering, is that raised on the model?
I don't remember. That model is only in like this big box set right now. They haven't released it by itself, so
Okay.
the Hexfire set, and
Right.
like it came in the shop and sold out instantly, and so I've barely gotten to see it.
No problem. You don't know every model?
I know. What am I doing?
Just joking.
Why am I even in this industry?
Oh, Dave Hummel says it's built into the model. Okay, cool. What does the lettering say? Well, maybe Dave Hummel can tell us. One of them, I think, says Eternal. Looks like it. But yeah, looking great. Next we have Flux. This is a work in progress. And hopefully there'll be time to paint on Friday.
Very cute.
Yeah, interesting. I don't think it probably is that like a Reaper model. Maybe I don't recognize that. Very cool though.
It's interesting, this character has a tail and horns? So I'm trying to figure out what kind of creature this is.
Maybe a tiefling?
Do tieflings have tails?
Some do.
Okay. That's probably what it is. It's tiefling.
I like how you've just decided.
No, I agree with you.
That's what makes sense to me.
Next we have Frater with a work in progress. And they were talking specifically on this one how they don't like base coding. So this has been a challenge for them.
Sure, it's a Gene Stealer cult brood lord. Once you get past the base coat, then the fun begins.
But yeah, it's a nice work. It's a nice work in progress. Next, we have Jade and David with their first minis.
Oh, excellent.
Woo!
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
I know we saw the work in progress with them
They look so
couple of
good.
weeks ago.
Especially for, is that their ages? 10 and 9?
Yeah, that's great.
That's so clean.
Yep.
Good crisp details, good ideas of color. Imagine in like 10 years if that's their first mini at 10 and 9.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, very, very good.
Yeah, no, these look great. I really like what they've done with the spell effects. I know that they're not that hard to paint, but I like the colors they've chosen.
Yeah,
It looks
definitely.
really nice.
They look really cool.
Thank you for sharing. Next, we have Jason with a roper from Loot Studios.
Very cool. I love
Is that like a
ropers.
stone monster?
Like the thought of, wandering through a cave and suddenly one of the stalactites comes to life and grabs you. It's like terrifyingly cool.
Yeah, it's a good disguise.
Right.
You'll not. You'll just walk through and be like, ah. Yeah, I like the eye color.
Mm-hmm.
like those little pops of blue.
Yeah, like there's some crystals that have grown on it over the time, and very nice.
Anchors it to its environment.
Oops. And then next we have John Schmidt with the work in progress. A dragon.
Oh, very nice dragon.
Ooh. What a dapper looking dragon.
He does seem like a very distinguished,
It's a very poised kind of pose, and then with the colors being so nice and crisp, like he looks smart. That's terrifying.
no savage beast here. He's gonna talk to you and tell you why he's gonna eat you.
Who is going to roll best on charm?
And then we have JT with, I don't know how to say that,
Carnomorph.
Carnomorph Metagorgers.
Yeah. Nemesis, a big alien style board game. Lots of critters creeping around as you try to escape a ship.
Okay.
So it's definitely, you're trapped and trying to get away from all the beasts that have taken over the ship or whatever. Or your terrible corporation has decided to smuggle on board to take back to,
To whomever
Right.
they wanted. Yeah, I like these guys.
Yeah,
I
they're
particularly
cool.
like the, I know the bases are just bases, but I like them.
Yeah, the metal deck plating and, some ichor and blood or rusty bits and lots of cool stuff there.
Jason says those are nightmares walking.
Right.
I think you're right. Next we have Phillip, who has been pushing themselves to get more detail and quality into the 32mm scale paint drops.
Yeah.
Well, there's definitely a lot of detail there. That little bit of fire, and then you see that little bit of orange highlight on her thigh, kind of playing off those colors.
Working on highlighting up the armor. The blue hair is a nice touch.
And
all
I think
the little
it
purity seals and things.
plays off some of those cooler shadows too, that going on where you have that kind of blue tinged shadow.
Mm-hmm.
So everything coordinates very well and draws the eye where it's supposed to go. Love
Yeah.
that hidden skull down there.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
Definitely working. Ryan Adam with the Paint Night Dire Troll.
Oh, hey, it's one of those guys.
I like his take on it.
I love seeing everyone's different takes on these guys. I like the teal kind of green skin. It has a lovely otherworldly, like, just magical, otherworldly kind of dead vibe. It's a good color choice.
Yeah, definitely. The skin really pops. And on the shoulder, you have the little tinges of purple and some of the other faces kind of coming out. And yeah, those paint night kits are really cool to see what people come up with. It's very nice.
Next we have Sean Gleason with some more Lumineth characters.
That is a large banner. That seems like that would be really hard to hold up. But yeah,
he's
very
doing it
good.
one-armed. The other arm's fighting.
Right.
That's a terrifying thought.
Like that is a very strong elf.
I feel like also if he ever, like, if the sword ever has to go, you just drop that banner down and just...
You're
Like
swinging
a
through like
sucker
5
will,
ranks of guys there, like...
Plenty of oomph. Who needs a sword when you have a banner?
Also, thanks Sumkey for subscribing for 10 months.
Oh.
Appreciate you. But I agree, this is a big banner. But Sean has been working on this this Lumineth series for a while. Good work.
Yeah, it's coming along nice. I like the...
I think I'm a fan of the Lumineth. I like the color scheme that he's going with.
Yeah, the blues and beiges and stuff work well.
Yeah. Next we have Simon with this.
Is that a horseman?
Yep.
It is a horseman, and I like it.
It's cool. It's different. You don't see many like horse people that aren't centaurs or something, you know, like
I wonder if he's related
True.
to a centaur.
like the reverse centaur.
Yeah.
It's like you have a human
Like
lower half and an upper.
It's a
horse.
recessive trait.
Right.
I like that.
I want to know his story. I want to know why
Right.
he has a big gun.
He has very horse-shaped legs too, like the way they kind of dump
Yeah.
the joints and things.
But
and-
he does have fingers on his hands.
right.
And I like the knight aesthetic
is it
with
from
the
Marshall?
horse vibe.
Is it from Brave Star? Let's see.
Like the 80s cartoon Brave Star.
I think it's the big hair is what gives the the 80s vibe.
Oh,
Oh,
apparently
he is a character.
Well, interesting.
I want to know this cartoon.
It is Marshall Brave Star. Nice. Great job. Looking good. Confirmed via Google. Yeah, I confirmed it too. I'm not gonna lie, Simon did say that, but I just didn't believe him. Is that terrible? This is looking good. Next we have Simon Tester.
Abaddon the Despoiler. One of my all-time
Mr.
favorite
Abaddon.
models.
Yeah, this is a great model. I also really like the way he's painted the sword.
Yeah, everything really cool.
And everything. It's looking awesome.
I like how your eye is drawn everywhere on this mini, so you don't miss any of the details. Like, you start off with that big red skull, and then you're following the banner, and all the other worms kind of draw you down throughout the mini. And then you get to start getting to the blues, and it pops you back up to that sword.
Yeah, very nice.
Good
Yeah,
use
you did
of
a really
color.
great. Yeah, he did a really great job. Last one of the minis. Thomas with the OT Ugg from the D&D board game Wrath of Asherdalen?
A Chardalon, yeah.
Chardalon. Sorry. Don't know all my monsters and D&D names.
I like how organic this looks.
Oh, they're sewer monsters.
Yeah, they eat garbage.
That makes sense. Because I was going to say, it looks like there's mud or something around his
I was
mouth.
going to say it kind of looks like a really dirty clam. Like,
Yeah,
has that,
but I like it.
definitely looks like something that is hiding out in dark waters.
A
Probably really dark waters if it's eating trash.
big refuse pile that you kind of like, and it just rips up out of there, and you're like, ah.
Like most monsters.
Right.
Ah!
Yeah.
That there's a monster.
Even better when you're just trying, I'm going to throw this apple core away over here. Oh my god, when it's trying to eat.
That
me.
makes me really
Oh,
want to
no.
have like a druid character that's like very Steve Irwin natured. Every time they come across a monster, just, oh hey!
Yeah.
I'll
Right.
tee you.
This guy, look at him. He's so fun.
I've never come across one of these before. Do you think it'll do the thing?
I'm getting another pronunciation. Atiu? Is that right?
You know, it's D&D monsters. You kind of
You just do your best.
Odiug, Atu, you know, it's good. People are going to try to, they'll have different pronunciations, what people like to stick with.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, now I know. I have two different ones. Thank you. Thank you for everyone who posted minis that we could showcase on the show. It's always fun seeing what people are up to. And now we're going to take a look at the miniature pictures that Jeff showed us.
So there's the town. That's my setup of part of Waterdeep that I set up early in the day with all of the buildings and the inn there in the center for them to wander through. And then the next one, Leon, I think shows like I then started putting all the villagers and things in. Yeah, so you have all the various people wandering around, towns guard, villagers.
It looks like such a little cheerful town.
Exactly.
Nothing nefarious could be going on in that town. I want to see Belle singing the song of
Right.
the Good Morning Bonjour.
yeah.
Nothing bad happens. It was they started in it was turning cold. The winter festival was about to happen. They came into town, and then they learned that some people were missing, and they had to go out and adventure. And so into the night, Leona, if you go to that's when they venture down into the sewers.
Oh, whoops.
And but then we
Sorry.
had nighttime with all the little lanterns lit around the town.
That's so cute.
So how did you have these lanterns wired? Is it just
So each of those little posts is actually self-contained. You plug in the little lantern bit to them, and they have a little switch on the back. They're
Oh, okay.
individual little pieces.
That's so cute.
Gotcha.
That's adorable.
That's actually really cool.
And yeah, so then they discovered that people had been dragged down into the sewers, and they ventured down in deep into the sewers, and that was just one of the cool little action shots we set up as they were about to enter the sewer with some creepy LEDs and things.
Don't worry, guys.
Nothing bad has ever happened from following a
Right.
glowing green light into the sewer.
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing.
And all the buildings are playable, like all the roofs come off and the layers you can get inside and
Oh,
do
that
different
is
things
so
with all the
cool.
buildings and the inn and stuff. And so yeah, so this is the kind of stuff Dave and I will be talking about in our Dungeons book, and building these layouts and how to bring them to life on your tabletop.
Very cool. Thanks for sharing.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Gotta see what I want to add to this guy. See, it's Christmassy. Kind of want to make the inside of his cloak plaid. I feel like that would add Christmas, but I also feel like painting up underneath is gonna be like horrible. Who knows? Let's go for it.
Kat says, Jeff looks terrific. A trick I learned with stonework is to paint a few in pastels. Looks cartoonish at first, but when applied with a wash, it looks very realistic.
Oh, definitely. On the various walls and things for the dungeons and stuff, you always want to pick out a couple different colors of stone, or even if you just go with a short palette of, like, if you're going to do mostly gray, you can do, a few beige stones here and there. So once you would then dry brush or other things that color over it, it really kind of ties it all together.
Do you find that the roofs get in the way of players seeing? Like
Nope,
the main
not at all. They,
center?
it's low enough, and when we're doing a town, battle like that, or venture, everyone's just kind of enjoys the immersion of, the whole town in front of them. And as I said, all the roofs come off, so if you ever need to move anything or go inside a building, they pop off and you can build the inside. Put in some, furniture and things. The main shop they were going into to talk to an NPC, I actually recreated with the Wizkids Warlock Tiles, so the inside was kind of blown up a little bit, so you had more room, so you could see all the different things, and I was able to put, like, bookcases and different things in there for them to go and investigate. I like to... there's two schools of thought for D&D. It's the theater of the mind, where you're just describing everything, and then there's the whole immersion, like, of 3D and models and things. And obviously I'm very much a modeler, so I like to do the models. Other people prefer to only kind of play with character sheet and dice in front of you, where they're being, just everything's being described to them. Which works as well. It's all about what you like to play.
That's very true. I know my sister really likes to play a lot of D&D, and they usually do Theater of the Mind. But recently, like for some of the big fights, they'll build out a little bit more, getting into
I
terrain.
think I'm the only person in my friends group who does anything with minis. And usually I have the least the least open schedule for any kind of D&D on the regular. which is kind of humorous to me. But I always offer up minis.
I guess it goes back to, being a war gamer for so long and building, battlefields and tables. I like to translate that all across. It really, people get excited when they see all this laid out in front of them and well, can I go over here? Can I do that? It's kind of all right then and there. You decide, like, well, I want to go look in this building, or I want to go look at that thing. Why did he put that out there? Obviously that might mean something. Let me go wander over and see what that is.
Okay, we have a couple questions. Josh Potter asks, what do you think about DM Scotty's 2.5 style of dungeon crafting?
I can say I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine it's, taking like a 2D thing like a battle mat and just kind of bringing certain elements to life maybe into 3D, so it's kind of a half and half. Somebody else asked about Warlock Tiles. So you want to use the newer Warlock Tile Easy Clips. The original ones are very hard to use, but they've kind of phased those out, and they released the Easy Clips, which make it way easier to snap things together. They're a lot softer, and they snap together really much easier than the original ones that were really hard to push in and things. I haven't used a ton of Warlock Tiles. Like all the city streets in that layout were made from Dwarven Forge, and that I painted, and then the buildings are from a company called Foreground that does like laser cut wood, buildings that are come painted. You just have to assemble them. So again, it's finding the hybrid of all these kits and what works best, and you can put together and get lots of things out and lots of ways to repurpose it. Yes, the Easy Clips can be purchased separately. They sell them in bags for like of 100 for like $5. Available at gamesandstuffonline.com. Get my little plug in there. So Leona, since we did frameworks tonight, at Free RPG Day this year, Wizkids had a frameworks preview that was a witch with the little layout of a hut, and it came with like a battle mat. It was like a whole little encounter kit with all the Wizkids and a witch that will eventually be released, but the other elements like the little battle mat and things were all exclusive to Free RPG Day.
Okay.
I have an extra one if we'd like to give one away.
Oh my goodness.
And I can get it to you guys to send out to folks.
Sure.
So however you do your normal giveaway,
Well,
we can definitely do that.
Normally what we do is we come up with a hashtag.
We do.
Yeah, we have everyone do a hashtag if they are interested in that giveaway. So if you have a particularly holiday-themed witchy hashtag.
Right. What's a good Christmas witch?
Let's see, what can I add? Kat says, hashtag Jeff is great.
Well, I'm not going to deny, but Chris Witch? I don't know. Like, how do we blend Christmas and a witch? And the witch actually has...
We witch you a Merry Christmas.
We witch you a Merry Christmas. That is fantastic. There you go. That's a John Oliver level, like, super long hashtag.
It's called commitment.
Yeah, that's right.
Dave isn't here to stop me. We witch you a Merry Christmas.
We witch you a Merry Christmas. There we go.
All right, that plaid was not working out. That was not looking nice. We're getting rid of that. No plaid for this gentleman.
So yeah, for those who might have just been like listening passively, we are going to be giving away a Frameworks witch along with her whole little encounter mat, right?
Yep, it's 2 like little battle map things and a little sheet. There's not like really stats. It's more of just like a it's a battle mat of the. It's a cardboard house and a little battle like a green square gridded battle mat, like paper battle mat that went with it. And as
Sweet.
Josh Potter says, it was a gingerbread man with a witch sidekick because yes, she does have a little gingerbread man on her sprue
That's adorable.
and another one in translucent because they have like spell effects that can go around her, including a gingerbread man that's like on her back in the spell effect with like with a lollipop in his hand.
That is awesome. So if you'd like to be entered into the giveaway, hashtag we wish you a Merry Christmas.
See, they'll type it.
Does Dave frown on long hashtags?
I don't think he frowns on long on.
Or does he frown on your punning of things?
Yeah, I think it's usually the pun. It's usually that we're forcing. Yes, the commitment. It's true, JT. Yes.
We'll type anything for free stuff. There you go.
Jason had a follow-up question about the Warlock clips. He said they only show one bag of Warlock clips. Is that the old style or the new? Ooh.
Where only show where? Wizkids has kind of phased out the old ones. Like all the newer sets only come with the easy clips, so I'm pretty sure any of the bags, they're blue. The new ones are blue. The old ones are whitish, kind of, and much thicker. But yeah, as long as you're seeing blue, the easy clips are a blue soft plastic.
Then you'll be good.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
But I'm pretty sure they've phased out the old ones in terms of selling them individually and stuff. So it's all the bags
Right.
are
It's probably the old-
new.
I mean the new
just
ones.
the newer ones.
Yeah. So look for blue, Jason. Who doesn't like puns? Which are the best? Ah!
My Christmas Incredible Hulk orc, I think, is working. Am I again,
Yeah.
backwards, always backwards. Here we go.
It's like looking in the mirror, you know?
All right.
Oh yeah, he looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like his antlers.
I feel like they're gonna
And then-
match very well.
They're ready to go adventuring.
Got my all-important eyebrows on there. I is Santa's reindeer. Could you imagine? Like, wouldn't that be a fun, like, holiday quest? That instead of it being like, you know, the North Pole's under siege, or like the elves are missing. It's
Right.
the reindeer are gone. How do you help Santa deliver presents? Just-
So The dealio is on the Games and Stuff's website.
Oh yeah, that we only have bags of the Easy Clips now.
They have, okay, so like the picture just hasn't been updated because it's a picture of the white ones.
What are they doing to me? I'm trying to sell things and they have the wrong picture up.
But it would not be the white ones. You only have the Easy Clips. Cool.
Well, it's probably because we're out of stock. We sold through. We had they're on there. They look whitish, but they're actually blue. They're like a robin's egg blue. The other ones are definitely different, and it does say Easy Clips in the description. But we are currently out, just waiting on a restock. We will have more coming as soon as we can get them. The wonders of
yeah, I found them.
yeah.
And it does say out of stock.
Yeah, I have access to all of my inventory right there on the site from the phone. But yeah, check back soon. We will have more soon.
I found the old ones too. That's what ended up happening.
Okay. I think we have the old ones on clearance because they're phasing them out, so they might be
Right.
on there cheaper. But yeah, you want the ones that definitely say Easy Clip in the title.
Okay, get that done. See how fast that can dry. I'm gonna try a crackle, guys. I'm gonna see if it can make like an icy texture. Put white over that and then crackle medium. We'll see what happens. I don't like how this guy's coming out. He's Christmassy without being like
Overtly.
overtly Christmassy, yeah.
Yeah, these guys are fun to paint. I think people are definitely going to like the Frameworks line.
Almost dry. Cat says Dave is sitting in the plane, headphones in, listening to this and yelling out, "No, Gretchen!" No, I didn't bring glitter in. I used some charred brown. I did not use tinny tin, but you know.
It's funny, in my discussion with Dave the other night on Zoom, the words tinny tin were uttered. So we were talking about some of the painting pages of the thing. He's like, well, then we could show this and with a little tinny tin on this, guys. And I was like, gotta get our tinny tin reference in.
See if this works as good as my crackle nail polish that I used to have. Tell we got serious in the last little bit because everyone falls silent. Very much, how much can we get done in the last little bit? Will we be able to put completed minis on the spinner?
I'm just down to the base. Will it dry in time for me to actually dry brush the sand?
Okay, I'll let this go a little faster. I'll dry a little bit. All right, JT, see, oh, you're leaving us for football? Okay. I guess. I hope your team wins.
Thursday night football, huh? That's the thing.
It is. Do a little bit of a touch up. Got some.
All right, they need hotter lights to make the base dry faster.
I need like a little dry time, like little.
You need a fan.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot his bracers. Let's not forget his bracers.
Thought you said he had braces for a minute. I'm like, that is a very strange elf.
Can't forget his braces.
My son got his braces on Tuesday, nothing like a week before Christmas.
Oh,
Torturing him by
no.
giving him his braces.
I had braces for like 5 years.
I had mine for about 3.
And then I did not realize that a retainer was a for life thing.
Like, wear it or things will start reverting back to where they were.
Yep. So now I just have crooked teeth again. Not as crooked as they were. Granted. But pretty much every time I go into the dentist, they're like, could we offer you Invisalign?
Well, he asked me, am I going to get Invisalign? I was like, they put up like a retainer on before he got his braces. He's 12. And I was like, you kept popping the Invisalign on every time you turned around. That's not going to work. So I think we got to go with the old school ones.
Yeah, I mean, and for like 12, that's just so much easier and faster. No, it's expensive.
Yes, braces are very expensive. Very little covered by even dental insurance. So.
Yep. Right, hold on. 6 years plus headgear. I had rubber bands, like, that came down. That was definitely not ideal.
Dark gray. How we doing, Leon? Are we down to the wire? 15 minutes?
If you have around 10. You have around 10.
We can do it. We got this. Those little highlights. On his bracers. Just gonna think about it like braces in my head now. Trying to only paint what's visible. Alright. And then try out that crackle medium. That's dry enough. We'll try it anyway. Whatever happens, it's ice, so it'll make a cool texture. It's ice. It's bound to be cool. I want to like speed it up on so I can like watch it crackle. There's like a good chance I did not wait long enough for the other coat to dry, but it's cool. No, it's definitely doing something. What that something is, I do not know.
I should have brought the Green Stuff World has a little bottle of stuff called Frost, and it literally like crystallizes like
That's
frost
so
on the
cool.
thing, so it looks really cool on terrain or ice or anything you're trying to.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. I can pop this guy out there. Put black on the last little bit.
I do have the spinner set up in case you want to go for the spinner.
Cat. This has been fun. I really miss joining you on Thursdays. Gretchen, when are you going to quit your job and go back to the old time? Well, they pay me lots of money. There's your answer.
Yeah, we just need to have you paint for 8 hours. There we go.
Just live stream me for 8 hours a day painting minis. 40 hours a week.
Give me a sec. Nice. It looks good.
Yeah, I'm happy with the way it came out. I mean, that's pretty fun for 2 hours worth of work.
I'll pop mine on there in like
Yeah, I like that
3
you made-
seconds.
I like that you made the the fur gray as well. Or grayish.
Yeah, just keep a tight, color palette there, using the contrasts and just a quick little bit of white dry brushed over it, very, very faintly to pick it out, and
It looks great though.
the super bright green worked well on the skin, and then tying it back together with some glazes so it didn't have so many striations and things.
All right.
They're gonna fight, or are they gonna hang out? Are they gonna be at a party together, or are they gonna be
I did not get
enemies?
paint on my on my romper. I think they're part of the same team. I think they are decking someone's halls and they are saving Christmas.
Right. He's just an
Pole
orc that
elves-
just loves Christmas. I mean, he is so into Christmas.
North Pole elves are a misunderstood part of the elf community.
Xmas Force. I like this. these look really good.
And we'll see. We'll see if by the time Leona takes pictures of these tonight, it crackles. North Pole Adventures. I would watch it. A nice little Christmas special. It'd be great. Like, does that not look like the face of an orc ready to save Christmas? Imagine him coming down your chimney. Are those long swords? They're not long swords.
I think they're supposed to be scimitars. They're kind of
yeah, they
like,
have a slight curve to them, but they look like they're single-edged swords.
right, like the Driss, Stewart, and Route of like two single scimitar type blades, and
I don't think they're katana for sure, and they're definitely not long swords. So I'd say definitely that scimitar route of
they kind of
generic
even
fantasy swords.
Yeah, look like the ones they've used in the past for like Driss, like Drizzt, however you want to pronounce it. Again, D&D, call it what you want.
Yeah. There's no
like
rules.
his two swords look. Which, funnily enough, you can buy in foam at like Spirit Halloween stores.
Oh yeah, I'm
Like-
sure.
Very nice.
Just your typical tag team of complimentary. There we go.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I couldn't
ragtag
bring myself
team
to give
of-
the orc a red nose. It was a bridge too far.
You just didn't
I
want
feel like the antlers sell it though.
Right.
Like I feel like they're definitely gonna save Christmas. I want to write this now. Orc and Ranger out there doing their best. All right, guys, make sure that if you're interested in that giveaway, you do the hashtag we wish you a Merry Christmas, so that we can do that giveaway probably sometime after the show. Leona's gonna do her magic and pick a random winner, and then the winner will be announced on our Painting Happy Little Minis Facebook page. So make sure if you are not a part of our Facebook page group, you go to our Facebook page and you hit the little button and you join our community so that we can see your minis and see your minis up on the show because we pick them every Wednesday. And Leona, when do you think we're going to do that giveaway? Tomorrow? Friday? Tomorrow is Friday.
Tomorrow
Yes.
is Friday. Yes, I'll announce it tomorrow.
So tomorrow is when we'll be announcing tonight's giveaway. And, yeah.
The last
Thanks.
thing is that we will be taking a break for
That is
the holiday
true.
season
I knew I
to
would
celebrate
forget something.
holidays and then also New Year's. And so we will be back. This is our last 2021
Last show of the
episode, y'all.
year.
You're gonna run reruns like all the time? Like
That would
Should
be
we?
really funny.
Should we
Leona
do
just pulls the
reruns?
highlights.
yeah. Originally aired on August 6th, like
I can do a highlights video. Maybe not a 2-hour highlights video.
That would be funny.
But yeah, I can put a compilation video together
It's just all the bloopers.
within the next 2
It's all
weeks. So yeah, we will see you all in the new year.
yes,
On
happy
January
holidays to
6th.
everyone. Hope everyone has a safe couple of weeks with their family and friends.
Paint lots of minis.
Paint lots of minis.
Yeah. So
All
thank
right,
you
guys.
everyone for joining. Thank you, Jeff Hall.
Always happy to
It's
be
good to
here.
see
Thanks
you.
for having me.
All right, so that's our show, the last show of the year. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you at your friendly local game store.
Good night.